Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. It's been a while since I came and chatted to you guys because I've been very busy. I mean, between the ODIs, obviously going to Boland, as well as Newlands, with the games ending at like close to 10:30, and then the presses, well, after the presser, etc. It was difficult for me to go live and do shows for you guys directly after the game. So I know I've been away from everything and haven't been right here with you guys to cover the ODI series. But I'm here now today to give you guys some insight into my thoughts about the ODIs, where I sit with Rob Walter, etc. And then I can also talk to you guys a little bit about, of course, the Test series. That is going to be a crucial game. It's all about us being able to make that Test championship final. That's what it's all about. Of course, that is what it's all about. And I really hope that from a Proteas ODI perspective, that the T20s would have given us that, boost that we needed heading into this ODI series. And given that our ODIs are more important at the moment when it comes to World White Ball cricket, given the Champions Trophy that is around the corner, I was very disappointed with what I saw there. But I'm going to get into that a little bit later on today's show. But before we get going, before we get started, there are a couple of things I'd like you guys to please do. Please, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, click that notification bell for all future videos, please. Very important that you guys do so. I'd also like you guys to smash the like button, comment, and share. It's very important that you do. After we've ended the stream, please get involved with the comment section. You guys have been excellent in the comment section. People that have really watched the videos later on have all been very active in the comment section, and it's really helped us out a hell of a lot. I mean, we've even got mentioned on the radio because our videos are being seen now. So please get involved in the comment section. It really helps us with regards to reach, and it helps us to get into new people's feeds that are interested in South African cricket. So if you can help me there, please do so. And that is, after the videos has ended, go into the comment section and leave your comments there. I love the chat, and that's obviously one of my favorite parts about doing the live show is that you guys are very active in the live chat, and I want you guys to obviously continue doing so because it makes the shows a lot more fun and a lot more insightful and interesting for people to watch. So that is very important, but also the comment section after the video has streamed and ended. I'd also like you guys to please download the latest issues of Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. It's on the screen as well as in the description as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. It's good to be back, guys, with you and to chat to you about some Test cricket and about the Proteas. And it's obviously always going to be interesting to be able to see what you guys have had to say about the few games. So let's get straight into it. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your live cricket show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about everything that has to do with South African cricket at the moment, ODIs, and we're going to look ahead at the Test series as well, which is more important to me, obviously, Test matches. This white ball cricket thing isn't really exciting at the moment. I'm not even really entertained by the way our team plays white ball cricket, whether it be ODIs or T20s, to be honest with you. I'm getting quite tired of T20 cricket in particular, as you guys would know, and it's coming thick and fast. The SA20 is around the corner, so it's going to be more T20 cricket. But that's not the point. We have two important Test matches from a South African standpoint. The second one will be a lot more important if we don't win the first one, because we need to win one of these matches for us to get into a Test championship final. And that's obviously the aim for Shukri and his team. But let's just start off with Rob. Um, um, are we really surprised by the way we are performing under Rob in this particular series in the ODIs? I don't think many people were, because this is how we've been performing under him in all bilateral series. I mean, we only really got our first victory under him in the T20 series against Pakistan, a proper victory against a top nation. We haven't necessarily been doing really well in series in general when it comes to Rob Walter. But then we tend to turn it up in the tournaments. So that makes you think that whatever he has been doing, even with defeats, he's finding a tune out of the players when it comes to the tournaments. And that's where it becomes a little bit tricky when you try to assess him. Because at the moment, sometimes things that he says in the presser as well, it makes us think as fans that he doesn't really know what he's doing or what he's thinking or what he's actually implementing. There's some shocking things that he says in pressers and makes us stop and think about certain things that he does and certain selections that are a little bit funny and weird. And given that the Champions Trophy is more important than the T20 series, it's almost irrelevant that we beat Pakistan in the T20 series, even though it made a lot of us excited and a lot of us were really happy that we won. The South African cricket public got some good matches when they saw the team win. But where it mattered in the ODIs, because you want to build a team leading up to the Champions Trophy that is hitting form at the right time. With 2 months away, this is not a good start to that preparations. And there are quite a few problems that are starting to rear its head when it comes to selection in the ODIs. We lost the first one by 3 wickets. Ultimately, that was a Klassen show. It was the Klassen ODI series, to be honest with you, if you think of it as a whole, because batting was extremely poor by basically everybody. Nobody really put up their hand other than Klassen. If you want to put it that way. I mean, he scored 86 in the first match. Nobody else really put on a performance with the bat. And the bowling was subpar too, because we allowed them to score quite freely in important stages in the match, which kind of led to our defeat ultimately in the series. The second ODI, I mean, he obviously scored runs and half century in the first match. The second match, Pakistan scored 329, so they scored 300 plus in 2 of the 3 ODIs. And our bowling has been a little bit poor. Yes, we have quite a few injuries when it comes to fast bowlers, but that's no excuse really, because we need to find the next best bowlers that are ready to take things on. In the second ODI, South Africa were also poor with the bat, and it was Heinrich Klaassen again with 97 in that match that stood out. We ended up losing that match by 81 runs. And then, of course, we had the final match, which was played recently, which was just as bad as the rest. We ended up losing by 36 runs. The LS method doesn't really matter. Pakistan scored 380, getting 47 overs. 3 overs weren't played, and they still got past 300. And again, Andy Klaassen was the man that stood out for South Africa. We got flashes, maybe you could say, from certain batters in this match. But ultimately, it was again Andy Klaassen 81. We got Corbin Bosch with 40 not out. He's done really well in his debut with regards to the bat. With the ball, he's a little bit wayward. We knew that. He has inconsistencies in his game with the ball. He can be quite expensive, can bowl quite all over the place. But he's proved that he's an all-rounder for this team, that he had a much better first game than, for example, what Andile Pefakwaya showed when it comes to the bat. Andrew Klaassen's 81 was the only thing over there. And our bowling is going to be a little bit finicky and weird, because we are losing a hell of a lot of players. We are missing out on a lot of the fast bowlers at the moment, and we are trying to find the next generation of fast bowlers that can obviously pull us through and give us a attack that can compete. I mean, the test team is going to face maybe something similar with all of our bowlers also putting out, being injured over there too. So we have obviously called up Corbin Bosch to the test team. I have to give credit to Pakistan, though. I think they bowled excellently, but particularly they batted really well. All through their batting lineup, they've had amazing performances, I have to say. Saeem Ayub, the star of the series, stood out to me. I have to say, one of my favorite batters at the moment. I spoke about him a little bit previously, singing his praises, but I think this boy is absolutely phenomenal. A really, really talented batter. One definitely that is going to be a key player for Pakistan. Really, really impressive from him. I'm gonna say also, I'm really actually happy that from a test perspective that Rickleton and Stubbs didn't maybe play all the games, particularly Tristan Stubbs. I'm actually happy that he's gotten a little bit of a rest now so that he can be ready for that test series. I'm worried though, however, about Aiden Markram's form because his bad form continued in this ODI series, and I'm hoping that he turns things around in this Pakistan first test at Centurion, Boxing Day. It's his home ground. It's a place where he scored a 90 against India in his first test match at not at home, but it was one of his first test matches, or one of his first big test matches against a big nation. And he scored a 97, I think it was. I was at the game. So I'm hoping that he can play an amazing knock over here and really turn his form around in the right direction and go on a little bit of a run, because he's been suffering for some time now, and it's bound to turn around at some point. And I'm hoping that this will be the test match that turns things around for him. But yeah, overall disappointing. Rob Walter, it's tough at the moment because I can't just ignore his form in tournaments, but he can't keep losing the way he has been losing, because it's not games where we are losing in close battles. It's kind of games where we are getting beaten badly by teams. We don't just get beaten, we get thrashed. And that's my concern here, because I don't understand how that really gets us anywhere. And the haphazard selections of new players and not giving them prolonged runs in the team through failure is my problem. If you're going to give some players an opportunity, give them a prolonged run, because we don't play nearly enough matches to chop and change all the time. So at the moment, our ODI team is basically Heinrich Klaassen's team at the moment. Heinrich Klaassen and David Miller have been putting out trouble over the last couple of games. So our white ball team needs some serious work, particularly that top order, not getting good starts, not setting foundations. We need to find a solid opening partnership that we're going to stick with, and we're going to say, okay, cool, this is our opening pair, and then decide on a number 3 and a 4 that can protect Heinrich Klaassen and David Miller in a way, or set them a foundation so that they don't have to be the heroes in every single match. So there's some proper work that needs to be done here, and yeah, a lot of work has to be done with this ODI team. And Rob Walter, I don't think he's 100% safe right now, even though I think from a CSA perspective he is, but from a fan backing perspective, I don't think he is. So I would probably say this guy is he's not 100% backed by the fans. And I think rightly so at the moment, given the results that he's gotten and given the performances that he's been getting. So, yeah, rightfully so, he's getting scrutiny at the moment. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens down the line. But I am getting sick and tired of this it almost seems, what's the word? Scattered. It seems like his brain is scattered when it comes to selections. Give Simelane a chance, take him out. Give Jason Smith a chance in one game or so, take him out. Drop Othniel Bachmann when you're not supposed to, and then play him. then select someone like Corbin Bosch. We don't know how many games he's going to get. Is Ryan Rickelton your opener that you want to be bringing into the team, or is he not? So I'm confused when it comes to our white ball team. I have no idea what the plan is. I asked Rob Alto what he learned at the press conference at Newlands. I asked him, what did he learn from this particular series? And his answer was quite meek. At first, he didn't even, he asked me, am I talking about from a Proteas perspective? Of course, I'm talking about a Proteas perspective. I think we were all puzzled in the press box when he kind of asked that. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done here. And his job is definitely under scrutiny at the moment, I feel. And under a lot of criticism from the fan perspective. And I think that's rightfully so. Okay, so let me get into the test team. I'm sick of talking about ODIs. Let me just get some of your thoughts over here in the live chat. King James saying, hopefully the team will bounce back for the test series. Waka saying, congratulations, Pakistan. Nate says it was Pakistan versus Klaasen, 100%. Sarat says Rob needs to be fired, but Buma sticks to test. Only Markram to the take a break from cricket, move on form. Dex says Pavuma, Josie, and Van der Dussen 3 accumulators in top 3. We can't win matches like this. Lawrence says, anyone surprised at what they say in the ODIs? I mean, that's been our form under Rob as a coach. I see a lot of people losing patience with Rob and calling for his head. Even Pollock came for him. Dex says Tristan warming the bench was insane, but at the same time, I'm a bit happy about that so that he can be ready for the test series. We need him more there. Sadat says, and Andile should not be anywhere near the squad ever again. And the continuous selection of Andile Pekwai, I forgot to mention that, even though he's been. You see, with the senior players, I feel you can be a little bit more harsh when it comes to form. With senior players, you can, and Rob does it in reverse almost. Senior players that he backs for long through bad form. But new players that he brings into the team, he gives them 1 or 2, and if they perform poorly, they're out again. So that doesn't make sense to me. It should be the other way around. If an experienced guy starts scoring runs, you keep him in the team. If he falls out of form, then maybe you can do that switching changes, because there shouldn't be the same amount of leeway given to the experienced guys understand the game and international game than there would be for newer guys or youngsters, you would say, in the squad. Are you confident in ESA beating Pakistan in the test series? I am pretty confident about that. Although they do have a very, very good team, I am confident about that. I just think that mentally the belief in the team is different. And I think that the coach is brilliant when it comes to getting this team motivated and giving them the correct instructions that they need to get the upper hand in certain situations. Sarah's only solution for this is to get a new coach and pick the right squad. After match-winning performance, Linda doesn't get considered. I wonder what Rob is smoking. Sarah says choosing Adile over Linda was a crime. Bailey says Champions Trophy is 2 months out. This ODI series was very important, extremely important, and we look way off it. But Bevan Weaver says, time for Pavuma to be sacked as captain. The tactics and decision-making is bad. Poor Rob not getting the full team that he wants. Rob picks the team. He's the selector. He picks the team. There is no selection panel. He picks the team. He picks the players. So he takes full responsibility. Just like Coach Shukri would have to take full responsibility. He has the same restrictions. He has the same bosses. He has the same situation. But his team is winning games. It is what it is. Rob has to take the same amount of scrutiny if he doesn't perform. Guy hasn't won an ODI series. It's crazy. Robbins says, I definitely wasn't surprised at the display against Pakistan. Jed said, the series was so frustrating as a true supporter, but part of me had a feeling we might lose the series. No partnerships in the top order means we lose games. We struggled for wickets. Lawrence says, aren't they playing good tournament despite of Rob though, that's a question we should ask ourselves. That's a decent point. Pakistan looks a proper out for Jed. How do we leave Stubbs and leave them out? Couldn't we get George Linde in Newlands? Protea never looks like taking a wicket and has a damaged right hand. Lawrence says, well, Fortuyn did quite well in the last test, in the last ODI. I can understand our bowling being off. We're missing half of our attack. That's true. Mentioned that earlier. Chet says this test series won't be easy. Saeem Mayub looks to be a thorn in our side. Okay, I'm just going to get the super chat because that takes preference over everything. Thanks a lot, Sharvesh, for the super chat. He says T2024 final choke has left mental scars on SA Whitehall. I don't think they can recover in the next few years. I don't think it affected us as much, to be honest. Prashant says Babuma is very poor in ODI. Lawrence says so many unanswered questions, Khalid. Yes, a hell of a lot. Micah says Jason Smith or Stubbs or Bedingham for the 3 or 4 positions. I mean, we have to look at the right things. I mean, my thing is, I don't know whether Rob wants to experiment or whether he's trying to pick his best team. I'm confused myself. That's the crazy thing. Lorenzo says, our bilateral form under Rob is atrocious. He needs to get a grip soon. Lorenzo, I'd make Shukri the coach of all formats. That's what I would like to see as well. Micah says, if Shukri wins the WTC and Rob fails to win the Champions Trophy, Shukri has to take control of all formats. Selection of Peklekwai is a joke, says Dex. Lorenzo said, did you guys also see how he was smiling after the peak ODI when the last wicket fell and pissed me off so much, I'd sack him. Yeah, okay, let's move on to the test matches. We played the first one in Centurion on Boxing Day. And I'm excited about it because I love this cricket, of course. So, yeah, of course, it's in the holiday period. A lot of people are going to be chilling and wanting to be with family and friends, and we have to work. But that's okay. I've been doing it for ever since I can remember in the last 5 years, 6 years. I've been working this period, Christmas period, New Year, so I'm used to it. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the series as a whole. And we've got a very interesting squad to go. Yes, the majority of the names are exactly the same as Sri Lanka, as the Sri Lanka series. But we have a couple of additions to it as well, because of course, of injuries, etc., like the ones to Gerald Pitsia. But the squad is as follows: Temba Babuma as captain, Tony De Zorzi, Aidan Markram, Tristan Stubbs, David Bedingham, Cal Verreynne, Rami Putten, and Matthew Gretzky. In the all-rounders position, we've added Corbin Bosch to the mix, Marco Janssen's there, Vian Mulder's back, Shinnaram Mutsami, spinners of Keshav Maharaj, Seemazar, Kahiza Rabada, Dane Patterson, and Kwena Mapaka. And for me, I don't feel at all worried about team selection when it comes to this, because I trust the coach wholeheartedly when it comes to team selection and picking the right team for the conditions. Because we know that when it comes to the test arena, Coach Shukri likes to pick players on conditions. And he emphasized that from the get-go. He emphasized that when he's exclusive with me on this channel. Before he was even fully announced as coach, we had an exclusive with Coach Shukri on this channel, where he gave us a lot of insight into his mentality and the way he thinks about the game, which is something that you guys should go watch, even if you haven't watched it yet. It's not old news. It gives you an insight. It shows, it's something that you can reflect back on and say, okay, this is what he said, and what is he doing now? Does it match up? And that gives you an understanding of who we are dealing with when it comes to the test. So I urge you guys actually to go back and watch that interview with him, and see whether what he said to me back then is actually being implemented now. So yeah, it gives us a nice insight. So for this particular test match, it's Centurion. It's going to be balanced. It's going to be probably balanced. It's going to be pacey. I don't think the spinners are going to play a massive role. So I do feel that it's very likely that we could see Marco Jansen, Corbin Bosch. I don't think Corbin Bosch will play with Ian Mulder back. So Ian Mulder being back is a massive boost because it gives us that 7 option that can back. Possibly even number 6 option that can back because sometimes Carl can back a little lower. So we've got a really good squad here, and my only concern is the form of Tony De Zorzi and Aiden Markram at the moment when it comes to this. The rest of the guys have all performed now consecutive, have performed and coming off a very good test series. So that is something that I would like to see from that perspective. And when it comes to the team, I think the team has been announced already from a South African standpoint. I didn't listen to the presser yet because the presser wasn't. The presser. Is it now? The presser wasn't given to me video-wise yet. It hasn't been sent to us quite yet. Let me just see something. If the team is released already, then that's great. Okay, thank you guys for letting me know that because I did not look at that quite yet. Jesus. There will only be a coach security team that will announce the team before. Let me just get it. Let me just get it quickly. Temba probably said it in the presser. That's where it would have been announced. Sorry guys, just bear with me quickly. Where did you guys see the official? I saw Lawrence, I see you tweeted the team out. Where did you see? Okay, News 24. Cool. So Bosch is going to make his debut. We need the pace, I guess. So that's probably why. So Aiden Markram, Tony De Zorzi, Ryan Littleton, Tristan Stubbs, Temba Pavuma, David Berry, Calvo, and Corbin Bosch, Marco Jansen, KG Rabada, and Dane Patterson. So we're going with no spinner in the match. I thought he might have went with one. I guess if they needed Aiden Markram, he can bowl a couple. So yeah, that's the team. There we go. So very interesting that we're going to go with all the seamers in this particular match, but I guess it's bouncy there in Centurion, and that's the main thing. And yeah, I'm worried about Corbin. I'm going to be honest with you. I like Corbin Bosch. He's a great guy, good cricketer. I'm just a little bit worried about in the longer format consistency throughout the test match. I feel that he shouldn't be trying too hard to bowl too fast, in my opinion. For me, I think he needs to make sure that he works on his line and length first before he tries to ramp it up. So I'd like him to ease himself into his pace, into his top pace, rather than trying to bowl as fast as possible up front and not getting the accuracy correct. Because in Test cricket, your accuracy is more important. Putting the ball in consistent lines and lengths. What I do like about the addition of Corbin Bosch from a paces perspective, it does take a little bit of the load off Dane Patterson, for example. So Keshav used to do that because Keshav bowls a hell of a lot of overs as well. But it does take that off. So that is something that we need to take a look at. Maybe I just want him to be a little bit more accurate and focus on the accuracy and lines and lengths first before he gets into the whole pace and wanting to bowl full pace, because we know he wants to bowl quick. And I do feel that he needs to work his way in and ease his way into that pace, into that top speed. But let me get into the live chat and see what you guys have to say about the test team. Wakas George says Pakistan 2-0 in the test series. Ronald says Shooks picked a very good 11 for the test one. Balance looks good. Bat until 9. Don't think a spinner would have played a big role at Centurion anyway. I don't think so either. But I think for the balance of the side, that's something that that's good. But I mean, he's going for it. That's what we can say. Coach Shooks is going for it. He's going to throw everything at Pakistan in that first test match to try and win it. And then it takes the massive pressure off the second test in England. Yes, the 11 was released today, and I didn't see that, because normally what I do, guys, is I don't watch the presser, because I watch the presser with you guys, and that's what I would have probably done today's show if we got given the press conference video. We haven't received it yet, so I normally react to it on the show, on this preview, but we haven't received the video, so unfortunately I don't watch the presser beforehand, because I'm trying to react to it live with you guys so that I can get my reaction is legit. I'm not cheating, and knowing all the answers and then preempting my reactions. So that's why I didn't know about it. And I haven't been on social media, and I was staying off in this holiday period of social media, just trying to say. Siabonga says, after the disastrous ODIs, the Georgie is ridiculous squaring up against any fast bowling. I'm not convinced by Ricotta Mark when he's a walking wicket. Ron says, I don't know why, but I just like a left-hander at 3 with Stubbs and Timber at 4 and 5. That just gives a top middle order such a good balance. Siabonga says, what did Bosch do to be in the team ahead of Mapaka? Well, Bosch has played way more first-class games for one. And it's clear as day. That's the reason why. Mapaka has played some 4-day games, but 4-day cricket, it's different. It's way more different than it is. You need that experience and the time. A test match. I mean, Quena doesn't have enough experience bowling entire days. You're bowling on a dead wicket, or you're bowling on a pace wicket over after over after over against a top quality batting lineup. Where Corbin Bosch has had way more experience, and his endurance for the 4-day game is much further ahead of someone like Quena Mapaka. I think Quena needs to play a lot more 4-day cricket before we start thinking about him in test cricket right now. Yeah, that's what I feel at the moment. Sia says, what did Bosch do to deserve a test call up ahead of Mapaka? I've read out that already. Nathan says, quick question. If you could change one result in a final for SA, what would it be? Huh? If you could change one result in a final for SA, what would it be? I don't understand the question, bro. Maybe I'm being dumb. Can you maybe expand on that, Nathan? If I could change one result in a final for SA, what would it be? Are you talking about in all the finals? We haven't been in any time. I don't know what you mean. Walker says Tony has done nothing in tested in as well so far. Yeah, opening batters deserve a lot more grace, I feel, in Test cricket than others. Lawrence is saying that the weather is iffy. Let me check. Should we ask Siri? Hey Siri, what's the weather in Centurion tomorrow, please? Okay, that's tomorrow. What's Let me ask her again for Boxing Day. Because I wanted to know before the day before so that we can know how much water the pitch is going to get, etc. Hey Siri, what's the weather on Boxing Day in Centurion, please?
It's currently cloudy at 29 degrees in Centurion, Uruguay.
In Centurion, Uruguay. Okay, this lady's giving me the wrong stuff here. Let me just check. I should have said Victoria. It doesn't really matter. Centurion, weather on Boxing Day. Let's check. Centurion, South Africa, 14-day weather forecast. Here we go. Yeah, lightning on tomorrow doesn't really matter. 26 looks clear. 27, 28, lightning. So yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, weather might be a problem. So we know that lightning strikes at any time then and going to come off, etc. So we have to take that into consideration as well. How is Jason Smith in red ball cricket? Really good, actually. Has been having a very good 4-day season. They should be having so many games in Joburg, man, ridiculous. They should stop having so many games in Joburg, man. It's ridiculous. Lawrence says Tony is going through a dip country. That's fine, though. He's a test opener. These things will happen. I've got no real worries about him, to be honest. Do you think the white ball team will be ready when in the Champions League begins? At the moment, it doesn't look like it. Ikram says, let's not forget the Zozi scored essentially against Bangladesh a few months ago. That too in spin conditions, hope he scores runs in this. And it's his opener, it's going to happen. His form is going to dip and wave. I think he deserves the opportunity for a prolonged run in the team, personally. That's my personal opinion when it comes to Tony Zozi. I think I do think that he should maybe expand his game a little bit more and play more on the offside, more on the onside, sorry. I feel he plays too much across his legs. And I feel that he needs to put in a little bit more work on his drives, etc., cuts perhaps, playing straight down the ground. That's important. RTV Football says, do you think the Newlands test will last longer than 2 days this time around? I do. I looked at the wicket actually, I was in the middle. I looked at the wicket that they're preparing for the test match and it does look very good. At first glance now, let's see over the next few days. I'll have a look again in the middle and then let you guys know. I spoke to Brown, he seems quite confident that he's going to be giving us a very good wicket for the test matches, the groundsman at Newland. So let's cross fingers and hope that we do get maybe a 5-day test match. That would be great. Nathan says, hypothetically, out of all the knockout losses for SA, which one would you want to turn into a win? Oh, the most. Oh, well, we haven't made any finals before until the T20 final. So I would say this one against India. I wish that team won. I really, really do. That one, and maybe perhaps I would say the 2015 World Cup. That was heartbreaking because our team was phenomenal, and I wish they went all the way to the final and won it. Like I said, Tezorzi is fine for now, but I agree that he needs to play more on the onside. Yeah, his onside game needs to be a lot better. Thoughts on Aiden Priyansu? The guy needs to start scoring runs now. I don't know what's going on with Aiden. He's like one of my favorite players in the team. Always been very, very big with regards to that. But Amit says, I feel Shukri values accuracy more than pace. For Rob, it's other way around. No, I think Coach Shukri loves pace. It's just that at the moment, pace hasn't been really readily available to him at the moment. He's always had to find pace somewhere. It's something that is a problem. I think Coach Shukri loves pace, but he understands the importance of accuracy. So you can't just have pace and not have the accuracy. You need to have both. But pace and accuracy is way more important, is great. It's way better than just accuracy, if you understand what I'm saying. RTV says he would turn the 99 World Cup semi-final. If Markram has to be dropped, it has to be for either Jason Smith or Bellingham. Rashi should already be dropped for starts. Siabonga says it's a disgrace that Markram will be selected for Champions Trophy with these horrendous numbers. Priyashus is after Virat Kohli, I love him. Yeah, but he needs to pull his act together. It's been terrible from him. It really, really has. And I don't know what is going on with Aiden Markram. He's such a quality batter. You can see the ability in him. I don't know what is blocking him. Is it just luck? Does he just need one big knock to just turn things around for him so that he can go on a proper run? At the moment, he's just been in a constant rut that he can't get himself out of. It's really frustrating everybody. But guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please don't forget to subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. Click that notification bell for all future videos. Smash the like button. And don't forget to comment in the comment section after we've ended the stream. Very important that you guys do so. I will be back again with some review shows during the test series. I kind of check how the test match is going and then go live with, I think there's enough to speak about. No point. South Africa batted the whole day and it's like 100 for 150 for 0 by the end of the test panel. It's very slow, but I'm just saying. It's like 150 for 1 maybe. It's like almost pointless to really talk about anything. So it depends on what the game situation is and I'll go live. That's why you have to click that notification bell to get notified on when we go live. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Merry Christmas to everybody that celebrates. I hope you guys have a great Christmas Eve and a great Christmas Day, as well as Boxing Day with your friends and family. Try to enjoy it as much as you can. I wish you all the best for the new year, of course, coming up. I mean, obviously, I wish you guys again on New Year's. But yes, I hope that you guys have a fantastic day, get amazing gifts and fun, loving times with friends and family, and that it's enjoyable. That there's no fights within the family, etc. That it's all can all be happy and go lucky, and you get the gifts that you wanted, and you enjoy your festive period and every single moment of it. That's from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all of you guys for the support. Up until now, we will be kicking in and producing a lot more content going forward. But thank you very much for everything. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Take care. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the rest of this week until I see you again for some review shows during the test match. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Peace out, everyone.